And we are live. Good afternoon, everybody.
From the nursery.
From the nursery. I'm here with the 3-year-old Caroline Matthews this afternoon. We're going to bring you Play School, Jack and Nori, and whatever that thing is with the weird tumbly bloke.
I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, Mr. Tumble.
I haven't done me silencing. Oh, God, there we go.
Oh, shit, I don't think I have either.
I forgot to silence myself. And you've sworn 3 seconds in. I think that's a record.
Oh, that's my bloody telephone as well.
Okay, you answer your phone. I'll do the hello.
No, it's all right. It's an unknown number. I'm declining it.
In the chat, we have Adam Kelsey, Girly Whirly, Shelley Braithwaite, Maria Clark, Adam Kelsey again, who's been very rude about me, Missy Moo, Southwest Sellers, Nick and Andrea Hills, Al's Attic, and I think I've got Natalie Resells, Shelster Rooney, Lex Oliver, Jill Williams, Siberia's T. Kirkland brand cookies, Heidi Isaacson, and good afternoon, everybody. Kirsten Baxter's in. I am still struggling with a bit of a throat, I'm afraid. Saz guest, Kath Palmer. Good afternoon, all. Nice to see you all. I'm just going to sit here and cough now.
Not surprised after that. Sib K's changed his name again.
Sib K changes his name about once every 3 seconds. Carrie's in.
Hi, Carrie.
So how are we all? It's nice to see you all on this. I don't know what the weather's doing for you, Caroline, but the sun's finally come out here.
It was sunny this morning. It's there's a big black cloud coming over now, but I'm really hoping it doesn't rain because I might go to the car boot sale tomorrow.
Oh, exciting. Ali McLean's in as well. Hi, Ali. I could have gone to that Wednesday one today, but I'm not very good at getting myself up on a Wednesday morning. I don't know why this is. Kelly Mays is in. Hi, Kelly. On a Sunday morning, Sunday to me is car boot day. On a Sunday morning, I'm up, I'm out, I'm gone. On a Wednesday morning, which could be car boot day, I'm like, oh no, it's a bit early, isn't it?
See, I always used to be so good at getting up for car boot sales, and then the mega haul, and I got used to Sunday morning lions in the winter, and I never really got it back. Never really got that.
I don't have a problem on Sundays. Indie Chick's in. Hi, Indy. Don't have a problem at all on a Sunday. On a Sunday, I'm quite often up a long time before the alarm, and I'm out the door and raring to go. And yeah, I've not yet been to this Wednesday car boot sale because I can't get myself up.
Oh, I don't have a problem in the week, but I have a teenager that I have to get up, of course, although he does mostly get himself up, but yeah.
I wonder if it's because it's an unknown quantity, because I've never been to it. It might be rubbish, and therefore I'm not fired up to go.
It's kind of like I was talking to you about the car boot on Sunday. Do you remember? I was like, oh, I've never been to that one, and I don't really feel like I should go. And just I couldn't work up the enthusiasm. If I actually went once and found out how amazing it was, I'd probably be like, whoa, yes, I'm off to the car boot.
Yeah. Natalie says she's got a Wednesday afternoon evening one, May to September. That is a random time. I'd quite like a late afternoon one. About 4-ish, that'd be all right.
Yeah, that would be very civilised, wouldn't it?
In the summer, on a summer evening when, it's cooling down and you can potter around quite happily in the evening. Yeah, I'd quite like that.
Nick's in. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Why am I randomly waving like a nutter?
Hi, Nick! He's waving back, don't you? He's sitting in a taxi.
Yeah.
Hi!
Yeah.
Because I can see him on my special cameras.
Your special cameras. You weirdo.
Oh, Jill's in. She says she loves our live chats and we're fab. Bless you, Jill.
Oh, thank you.
Apparently you can get medication for those kind of thoughts. Cat Lance is in.
So we probably should say this is very well planned in advance, and we've got a lot of content. And no,
we could say that, but none of it would be true. Why would we do that? Why would we tell those lies?
I think what actually happened was I sent Carla a rude message on Messenger this morning, and she replied and then said, shall we have a chat on the internet this afternoon? I went, yeah, why not? Anything you want to talk about? No, not really.
No, not really, no. Ryan's in. He says he's in Cardiff, but he's sticking his tongue out at me, so I don't think he really is in Cardiff. I think he's probably in Abergavenny or somewhere. Halfcock Resellers in. I know that man's real name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Les,
that's it. Somebody else said hello, and I've lost them. Oh, Nick's waving back at you with an insane grin on his face. Told you he was. I could see him on my special camera.
Oh, yes.
So we have no theme. We have nothing to. You've got some stuff to show. I've got a boot that stinks of glue. This is absolutely reeking now. Where I glued it.
I thought you were sewing it, not gluing it.
Well, It's a broken boot, by the way, viewers. Random boot. They'd pressed the plastic bit that goes up the back of the heel inside the lining.
Yes.
Where they've ripped the lining, they've also trodden down that plastic bit. So I was gluing that bit back up before I sewed the lining back in place.
Oh God, it all sounds like a bit of hard work.
I'm starting to think it's not going to be worth bothering by the time I've done all that and then sold them for £2.50.
I'd write off the quid if I was you.
I think I might have to write off my £1.
We'll get over it. Have you got any haul stuff to show or not? Other than your broken boot?
I've got a fly. I'm going to do this for the next 20 minutes. There's a fly.
You look like you're doing some weird version of sitting down line dancing.
I've got about 3 bits that I got from the charity.
Hand jive, that's what I'm trying to say, not line dancing, hand jiving.
Okay, this fly's going to really piss me off.
Get Buddy to get it.
No, because he'll jump all across me. I'll glue it to the window. I got this morning.
Hang on a sec. Sorry, Ryan's just asked the challenge. Did we ever do the 99p auctions to end it all? We haven't. It hasn't ended yet. It's the middle of May. 15th of May is the last day, so we have to put it on auction. Just bear with me, Carla, 1 second. It will be the weekend, the Sunday the 6th of May will be when we start the auctions for the last few things. Shall we do a challenge update a little bit later on?
Yes, why not?
I'm feeling a bit heavily caffeinated today. I went out for breakfast with William and I had the most enormous cappuccino, which I swear they've put like 3 shots of coffee in. And then I had a cup of coffee with my cleaning lady. Oh my God, that's going to start the whole off, isn't it? Well, it's okay, and yes, I'm going to get it. So
I've noticed that you've started referring to the housekeeper as the cleaning lady as though she's not there full time.
She's not. She does 3 hours a week. Jesus. God. Anyway, yes, and so I've had a lot of coffee. So I'm a bit sorry. Go on, show me your blue thing.
My blue thing. Oh, hi Kirsten. Hi Pixie Dust Gaming. It's Joe Brown's. My blue thing's Joe Brown's. Paid £5.99 for it this morning. New with tags. There we go.
That's nice. What size?
18.
Oh, good, lovely.
Yeah, I thought so. So yeah,
what did you sell that for?
I put it on at $24.99 with best offer, I think.
Very good. I was going to say $24.99.
Yeah. And I got these.
Gant.
Are they the right way up?
I didn't know Gant made shoes.
They do. They make these shoes to be specific. To be Pacific, as they say in Bristol, if they want to annoy me. Specific.
Nick, I really hope that Andrea's not in listening to that because you're going to get in trouble.
I was intrigued by Nick's video last night. He referred to the fact that he and Andrea had gone through Andrea's wardrobe, and I thought that's a brave man. Anybody going through my wardrobe going, well, I don't like that and I don't like that and you'd better get rid of that, would find themselves in the fucking wardrobe before long.
Ashley can barely find his own wardrobe to put his bloody clothes away, so I'm damn sure he doesn't know where mine is.
But yeah, those were £1.
God, that's good.
I thought so.
Lovely.
Yeah. What have you got? I've just smacked myself in the knee with one of them. I think I've got a dead leg now.
Oh dear. I've got lots of weird random stuff. I've been out and about this week. I got this for £2. It's a very ugly purple skirt for a lady of a certain age, but
I was going to say, you should be stopped.
What?
You should be stopped.
I know. It's that's the brand, and it's 100% wool, and I've never heard of it before, but it's just one
Sounds
of those
very horsey.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Just one of those very nice quality, feels like it must be worth some money, 100% wool. So I thought that was worth learning about a brand for, £2. Yeah.
Maya wants to know how sales have been since it's the week before payday.
Can I just show you this vintage dress first?
Yeah, go on then. Mine are average. Mine are okay. Not dead. Not exactly storming it.
Look, it's like 1970.
Oh!
I think. It's blue sort of gingham-y type of more geometric than gingham. It's got a belt as well. It comes with its original belt, and it's a size 18, and it's polyester.
That is exactly the kind of thing that she used to wear on Bewitched.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Exactly. Oh, dust is coming off it. It's going to make me sneeze. That was too good as
Andrea's
well.
in. She says, to be fair, Nick was organising his own stuff out the wardrobe, not hers.
Excellent. I'm pleased to hear that.
Got a white stuff dress for £6.
Very
Got
nice.
equal birdies all over it.
My cat would like it then.
Yeah, equal birdies. Some of them are definitely budgies. Some of them I don't know what the bloody hell they are. They might be. So I think some of them might be budgies sitting on a perch, and some might be budgies in flight. It's got pockets.
I'm not convinced they're budgies.
I'm going to hold it up close. They might be parakeets.
Oh, they could be, yeah. Yeah, they've got the tails are too long for budgies, aren't they? I think.
Look at the bird woman.
Birds, anyway. They could be.
I recognise it as a flipping bird. Janet Plant's in, Lainey Ray's in. I'm sorry if we've missed anybody, by the way. If anybody's coming, Peter Ray is live at the moment as well. So sorry if we're keeping anyone from listening to Peter. I have this inadvertent clashage. Clashage a word?
No, I don't think it is, but it will do. I got 2 pairs of these revolting deck shoes. Apologies to anyone who likes them.
You got
One
Pooh on the side?
Yeah, could be.
Nice.
No, I think it's just mud, actually. I've already listed 1 pair. They are by Crew Clothing, and I paid £3 each for them. This pair has been worn slightly more than the other pair. The other pair looks as though it had been like tried on once. It was red and blue, the other pair. These ones are blue and white.
They're lovely for yachting men, yachting types. It's a size 16, Saz guessed. With a plique poo, boat deck shoes, very swanky with a plique poo. Sib K says, "Has this turned into the really wild show?" Sib, it's always a really wild show.
Oh yeah.
Neville's in. Hi, Neville. And while I was in the market for buying dresses, I got a long phase 8 jobby.
Maxi.
Yeah.
Oh, nice print. I like that.
Oh, Maxi.
Lovely.
As modelled by self. That's gone on at $24.99 as well. So I've had a real run on maxi dresses this week. They are flying out the door.
It's last week's weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got a maxi as well. I got a monsoon. It's silk.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like a blur print. It's lovely, actually. And it's God, I need my glasses. A 16. It was £2.75, and it's
Bloody
silk.
hell.
I know.
Where was that from?
Sorry?
Where was that from?
Somewhere I'm not going to advertise on the internet.
A shop, not a car boot sale then, yeah?
Yeah, shops, yeah.
I suppose $2.75 would be a really weird price for a car boot sale, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Although some people do want to, they do barter, that's the word I'm looking for, over 25p's, don't they?
Yeah. Natalie Resell says, "I've been trying to get above 400 listings for weeks, got to 397 and then haven't been able to list quick enough since, in the dregs of my death pile as well." And she also says, "What size is that? Is that the phase 8 dress you're asking about, Natalie?" I think it was an 18. I put it in the bottom of the bag now. Isn't that always the way? Isn't that always the way? Ah! It is an 18.
Ah, that's good.
Jobby
Yeah.
is a poo in certain areas, Lainey Ray, yeah. Are we Jobby? In Glasgow, a Jobby is definitely a poo.
Yeah, just Natalie's trying to... Sorry, have you just read that 400 comment out?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about that, a bit behind. I've been trying to keep my listings. I was up to 1,400 at one point, and I'm back down around... I got rid of a load of old crap early in the year, and I'm back down around 1,200 now. Why are you doing that face?
You, 1,400. Yeah. I'm being very childish.
Yeah, just stop.
Okay.
You're only showing yourself up.
And you.
No.
You're in this with me. Okay, I'm going to be very adult from this point onwards.
Oh, God, please don't.
Too late.
Otherwise, I'm not talking to you anymore. Yeah, and I'm trying to keep it at 1,200, and sales have been so good the last few weeks that I'm struggling to do that.
First world problem.
Yeah, first world problem. I'm not complaining, obviously. I just hold that thought. I've got to go and get a tissue. My nose is running.
Okay, Ryan. Ryan says, question, what's the most you've spent on one item at a booty? Probably about 25 quid. I think I've answered this for you before, Ryan. Probably about, I spent 25 quid on a handbag before now, I think. I mean, I spent £60 on that job lot. I definitely have answered this for you before, Ryan, because I can hear myself saying it twice. £60 on that job lot of Disney mugs, but I don't think it counts if it's a job lot, because it doesn't count as one item, does it? So...
I'm back.
What's the most you've ever spent on one item at a car boot sale, Mrs. M?
Christ, I don't know. I can barely remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Sid K says he's surprised you didn't ring the bell to get someone to drop off a tissue to you. And then he says, I'm going to delete that comment when she comes back. Too late, I've read it out.
It would have been a bloody long wait, Sid. Honestly. My nose would have leaked all over the place. It would have been very embarrassing and not pleasant.
It's a delightful thought.
I'm going to delete that comment. Sorry, I'm behind again.
Oh, and Heather's in. Hi, Heather.
Oh, Claire's in as well.
I deleted it as well, but it wasn't quick enough.
I saw it.
Diary Penny Pincher. Hi, folks. Have I missed much? Is Carla behaving herself? Incredibly well.
Yes, marvellously.
I've been very grown up.
Yes, it's frightening.
So yeah, we did have a vague idea that we might briefly touch on the thought of car boot sourcing and the joy of it, as opposed to the long winter of charity shop sourcing, didn't we?
We did, yeah, but we've sort of done that. We've moaned about getting up early, and
the thing is, we got together last week. Caroline and I. Oh God, I'm coughing to death. Caroline and I went out last Wednesday for a wander around. Where the hell were we?
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater, thank you. And Caroline was saying that she's a little bit out of love with reselling at the moment. And I think it gets that way, doesn't it? And we were wondering what it is that causes it. And I said I thought perhaps it was the long winter of restricted sourcing opportunities, the long winter of having to do your sourcing in charity shops where you know you're going to pay more. As opposed to the car boot sales. I mean, I went to the car boot on Saturday and spent under 50 quid and came home with an absolute shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'd even attempted to buy that stuff in a charity shop. I couldn't even begin to think.
Yeah, it's funny actually, because after that conversation with you last week, I was watching somebody who does car boot hauls on YouTube couple of days ago, and she does not to resell, to just buy stuff for herself, but she was talking about that little thrill she gets when she drives into the car boot and what am I going to find today?
Were you watching
this stuff?
Kate
McCabe.
Sorry,
Kate McCabe.
Kate McCabe, yes, I love her.
Yeah, she's good, isn't she?
Subscribe to Kate McCabe, go and find her channel. She's so positive about life.
Yeah. Her channel's exploded actually since I was watching her.
She started a channel about 7 minutes ago, and it's massive. She's just so infectiously cheerful.
Yeah, but that description of the car boot, I still get that, you know.
Yes, when you drive in and you get that little frisson of here we go.
Yeah.
I walk into the car boot and I'm pulling my trolley, and in my head is my little refrain that goes, and in my head is going, show me something good. Because I'm like, here it comes, it's going to be some good stuff, it's going to cost me no money, it's going to be 3p, I'm going to make a fortune. And then I come home with all my piles of shit, and I look at it and go, what have I got that for? But yeah, that's it. There's a thrill.
Yeah, there is.
That there isn't with a charity shop. Partly because charity shops are now more expensive than they used to be, and we don't really need to go into why, because we've discussed that over and over, haven't we? Oh. But it's been a long winter. It's been a long, grey, soggy, blur kind of winter. My car boot sale goes on through the winter, but it's not great during the winter months. And if you look at your expenses, if you charted them on a graph across the year, then your sourcing expenses through the winter, and no, that doesn't make it. I was going to say are going to be higher. They're not, because your chances are you spend more in the summer, but the bulk that you're getting for the same money, is going to be huge. So you might spend. Oh, I think I've lost it somewhere along the way. You might spend 150 quid in the winter in a week in the charity shops. And you might come home for your 150 quid with 20 items, for example. If you spent 150 quid a week at the car boot sales in the summer, you could come home with hundreds of items.
Yeah.
I think that it's just that long-winded kind of, it's been a very long winter, and again, I think as well, I mean, I'm lucky, I live in a city, I've got a lot of charity shops to choose from, but even so, I find myself going in the same ones over and over and over again and looking at the same stuff and thinking, well, God, I'm so bored with looking at this stock. I'm so bored with going through these racks and you know, hoping there'll be something new each week. Whereas the other thing at the car boot sale is that there's going to be something new every week.
Yeah, and also for me, I like car boots because I buy stuff other than clothing. I don't generally look at clothing that much at car boots. I will do, but I like the fact it's stuff, something other than clothes.
Yeah,
that just makes me happy to be selling. Yeah, carriages.
And that's funny because I've decided to go the other way this year. I don't normally bother looking at the clothing at car boots, and I've decided that I need to try harder. I need to change my approach when it comes to clothing, because again, I mean, I bought those 3 dresses today and I've spent £6 each on them. That's 18 quid. What could 18 quid have got me at 3 for a quid at the car boot sale? And yet a couple of weeks ago when I bought 3 items for a quid, one of them was an Atmosphere maxi dress. I paid 33p and sold it for 15 quid. So you know, there's the huge potential there that I'm ignoring because I'm too lazy to bend down, I'm too lazy to rummage, because it's a bit screwed up, because it's in a suitcase, because they've chucked it in a IKEA bag, because I can't be bothered. And because it's so much nicer in the charity shop to flick through the rail where it's been steamed and you know it's probably not got any holes in it and blah blah blah. But the outlay in the sourcing, in the cost of the sourcing, is huge compared to the car. I'm rambling. Stop me, for crying out loud.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm listening. No, I'm doing my listening pose here. No, I think you're right. I think I'm bored. So I said to you last week as well, I'm bored with listing and selling clothes at the moment. I'm not bored with it because clothes are my thing, but just want to find some other stuff. And in charity shops, I tend to be very focused on clothes and shoes, whereas you'll quite often go look at all the bric-a-brac first, won't you? I'm just not in that mindset at all. But I am when I go to a car boot, far more so, and that's just more fun. I think it's the variety of stuff, the price point, the being outside is quite nice as well, isn't it? And
in the summer,
talking to people, and it's certainly more of a social thing than chat.
And the haggle as well. The feeling that you've got even more of a bargain because they wanted £2 and you only gave them £1.50.
Oh, I
don't haggle in the charity shops. I mean, I know that we did, for example, when you bought your I know we asked, you know, she was willing to come down a bit, but that was a massive purchase in the beginning. Now I don't walk up to the counter with a £3 item in the charity shop and say, will you take 2? I don't do that. I
will if it's marked and I really want it.
Oh, if there's a mark on it, but so I think that's the thing. You get that even more of a buzz because you've reduced. You've got the bargain. You know. I'm just going to quickly go back into the chat because I think we've missed quite a bit. Sorry, I've got sniffles as well. Alzatic says she enjoyed my video on the car boot. Thank you, even with my crap editing. Lainey Ray is agreeing that she likes Kate McCabe. Carrie Lee says definitely seasonal. Love selling when you come home with a boot full compared to a few bits from the charity shops. Toby wants to know about your car boot strategy. Do we sweep or go each stall at a time? I go each stall at a time, personally.
Yeah, me too.
Treasure Pride says she loves a jumble for exactly the same reason. I just don't find any jumbles.
No, I've been actively looking and have found nothing.
Yeah. Alzatic says she agrees that you need to list it while you're still in the thrill mode, then you get it done that much quicker.
That's true. We've talked about that before.
Extra strong. Bint is in. I didn't see her. I'm sorry. Sorry, we've got hiccups as well now.
Oh, God.
Ryan points out that what I was trying to say was to get less for more in winter. That was what I was trying to say. Thank you, Ryan. Alzatic, Sibk says, Alzatic, that's true. I've got in the habit of listing the same day I buy it, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Nick says, the thrill is the fact that we know others are looking for the stuff too, the thrill of the chase. I don't know if it is quite that much for me, because I don't tend to notice other people. And perhaps for Nick more, because I know you buy a lot of media, you buy a lot of gaming stuff. I don't even look at the games. It could not interest me less. If there's a rack of PS2 games, I look for Rule of Rose, just because one day. But apart from that, it wouldn't even occur to me to look for anything else. Gary's finished listing. He wants to know what a charity shop is. Shelston really says she heard of someone who literally does all of their sourcing from the car boots in the summer to keep her going all year. And that's certainly my plan this year, is to build up a massive backlog to take me into the winter. I don't want another winter like this one where I felt forced to source in charity shops.
I used to do that before I was full-time. I sourced solely from car boot sales. I mean, obviously it wasn't on the same level that I'm selling now. I only had a few hundred listings in those days, but yeah, solely car boot sales. It was very rare. I used to go in charity shops to buy myself stuff, and I would very occasionally see something that I thought I could make a profit on and pick it up. But yeah, 4 years ago I did all my sourcing from car boot sales, all of it.
Yeah, I said that's what I want to do this year. I really want to focus on building up I want to get to the point where I've got a pile of shame to take me into the winter, because I haven't got a pile of shame. I've got tiny piles of shame. I've got tiny piles.
I'm really scared to do that. I so don't want to go down the massive backlog.
But I'd like to feel forced to source in charity shops the way I have has just been, it's not been fun. Flipping Fantastic finds this flipping between us and Peter, bless her, trying to keep up with both. Les says when he was growing up, there was loads of scouts, guides and preschools who all have jumble sales, but they don't bother now. It's such a shame. I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people we all have a clear out much more often, and we all send our stuff to the charity shop or the car boot sale. So when places try and have a jumble, they don't get a lot of donations. Extra Strong Bint says, I buy the majority of stuff from car boots. I rarely source from charity shops. The prices are so cheap, and a lot of people don't realise the value of their things. I find some amazing things. And Indie Chick says, I can't have another winter like last one. It got me really down when I was... Oh, it's gone. It's shot up. Sorry. When I was struggling for stock. I'm definitely going to be more prepared this year. Well, I'll shut up and let you speak for a minute, Caroline, because I've basically rambled on now for 20 minutes.
Oh, go on. That was Louise, wasn't it? When you struggle. I have to say, I never struggle for stock. I have the opposite problem, stopping myself buying it. I actually had to physically stop myself going in another charity shop this morning because I'm really trying not to make a backlog like I had before. But so I never struggle for stock. But I guess it just depends where you live in the country, doesn't it? And also what you sell, obviously, because a lot of people don't have boot sales year round. I don't anymore. So. Yeah, it just depends, I guess, what you're looking for. But yeah, it's depressing if you can't find the stock, definitely.
Oh, Mandy's in. Mandy O'Connell. She says, howdy, it's so long since I've been for a chat.
Hello, Mandy. How are you? And Elaine.
Well, again, Elaine Fitzpatrick's in. I don't think I've said hello to her yet.
You just said you were shutting up for a minute.
Apparently I lied. Sorry. Zip.
I was going to make them out.
One more unzip. Ali McLean loved her blue floral top. I'm really pleased you liked it. Right, I'm not speaking now. 5 minutes silence.
Al's Attic says clothes are so much cheaper at car boots, and because you can eye up the seller, it's much easier to find good brands fast. That's really true, actually. You only have to have a quick look at people or a couple of items to get the idea of what the rest of the stuff is going to be like. Although having said that, I have found the odd absolute gem that people have got, that generally if it's a bit of a scruffy person, they've got a real gem. They don't know that it's a gem, and you get it for a good price, or quite often. Extra Strong Bin, Aussie Clark dress for 50p, nice. Burberry jeans for £1, what's not to love? I picked up a really nice Burberry top for £2 the other day, genuine as well. Shock horror. All right, you can talk again now. Ryan says, question, how do you girls carry your stuff? Bags, trolley, wheelbarrow, shopping trolley? No. Well, obviously the butler comes with me, carries all the stuff for me. And sometimes the housekeeper as well, although Sundays I do let her have a half day. No, I'm kidding. Trolley, shopping trolley. Carla. Oh, look. God, it's quiet, isn't it, when she doesn't talk? Oh, Seth gives you 2 minutes. Are you trying to do 2 minutes 31? Yes. Oh God. Not much of a chat. This. A car boot butler. Yeah, a lot of people have their husband or other half to do their car boot butling, don't they? Sadly, mine is about as interested in a car boot as he is in watching a rom-com with me, which is not very. My pram doubles as a tap wagon at the bottom. Yeah, when my son wasn't in a pram anymore, I used to really miss that little container bit at the bottom. That was really good for putting stuff in. So, yeah. Although I didn't used to like taking him to the car boot on a Sunday, was vile. Oh, can you just talk again now?
Okay, I'm going to talk, but I'm going to point out that I would have been able to do it if it wasn't for Caroline insisting that I talk. I would have been able to do it. I was doing really well. I was actually considering doing a bit of that first word, second word, 3 syllables. Sounds like.
Give us a clue, yeah. Ali brings her husband to do the carrying and carry as well.
Sorry for those of us who've got one, but what if you haven't got one? You can't borrow somebody else's husband.
Lady says, how's my bedroom stuff going? I'm about to edit, when we have finished this, my tour of my bedroom. It's not quite finished, but yeah, that will be going up either later today or tomorrow. So, yeah.
See, it's not fair. They're all saying in the chat now, haha, told you so, knew she couldn't manage it. And I would have been fine if you hadn't started telling me to talk.
Oh, God, who cares?
Ryan says he takes Sib K with him to the car boots to do all the carrying.
Yeah.
Sib K is apparently bottling now for Ryan.
I can just imagine you two at a car boot. I bet that would be quite fun, actually.
I think my boot's stuck.
Yeah?
Yeah, I still don't know whether it's worth sewing it, though.
I can't believe your dog hasn't barked the whole time we've been here.
He's fast asleep. I can't show you him because I'm on the actual desktop and I'd have to pick it up. But he barked when you and I first connected and you said hello. He barked and shot off the bed then like an idiot. He's fast asleep.
He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, bless him, is he?
No, he's thick as Clark's. Alsatic says, how does everyone get on with young kids? I don't like them personally. I have a 7-year-old who I always say, don't talk about eBay before we go to the car boot or charity shop. It feels wrong. Yeah, nothing quite like a kid there going, now, are you going to sell that, mummy?
Yeah. How much are you going to sell that for on eBay, mummy? Yeah.
I've had the same thing with my friend. I used to take my friend to the car boot and she would go, can you get anything for this? And I'd be like, no.
God.
Oh, Ryan wants a challenge update. Who's winning? As if it might have changed.
Oh, yes. I've got to open my spreadsheet. Hang on.
Let's maybe bring mine up a second. Come on, spreadsheet, open up. Oh, Lord, what have I done? Ah!
I actually sold another item.
Well, do you know on Wednesday when I said to you that I hadn't sold anything for ages?
Yeah.
I realised I'd actually sold 3 items and just hadn't noticed. I noticed that I'd sold them. I hadn't noticed they were challenge items. So when I was going back through my spreadsheet, I was like, oh, hang on a minute. I've sold that and I've sold that and I've sold that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unsold items.
Do you know, I've got a beautiful Hobbs skirt that I haven't even had a watcher on. Why not? Why not? It's a linen one as well. Why doesn't someone bloody buy that?
Some kind of obvious mistake in the title, like forgetting the size, or
no, it's a size 10, so possibly. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit! It's gone the wrong way. Oh, I've got to count the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 still to sell, and my profit column is 819.
I've got 7 still to sell, and my profit column is 512. I think you've won. Unless I can vastly inflate the prices of these 7.
Yeah, just add 100 quid to each one, Carla. It's bound to do it.
People in the chat, would you like to buy a lovely Max Mara skirt for £200?
But I tell you what has been really interesting about it is how easy, or not how easy, but how much we've grown at the initial £10. Both of us.
How much we've grown as people. I was like, we haven't grown as people. We're still just as retarded as people as we were before. But yeah, how much the initial £10 is that? But that was 10 quid. So for anyone who says there is no money in reselling, that was 10 quid. We started this 6 months ago, not even quite 6 months ago, and that single tenner is now £512.98. Plus about 35 quid in stock.
Sorry, my son's just sent me an Amazon link. Can you order me these? I will give you the money when I get home. I think he may have forgotten the magic word, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. That'll be a no then.
Ryan says, question, does the loser hand over the money at the end? No.
Oh, God.
Get Caroline £512.98. No.
Natalie, funnily enough, one of my challenge items that hasn't sold is a really nice Bowden dress. But Bowden, I find, is really a weird, it doesn't sell like it used to 10 years ago. I think Bowden has been overtaken a little bit by jewels and things like that. I think Bowden's a little bit, I mean, when I was young, I was going to say, no, when I was at the school gates, when William was like 4, 5, 6, all the mums, the Bowden mums, I used to call them, and they were that, you know, that type, that Bowden type.
Oh, yeah.
There's a type, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody liked Bowden then. So we're talking 10 to 13 years ago, I guess. And I think Bowden is not as fashionable or desirable as it was.
I don't think it's kept up. I think that's part of the thing. They're still doing what they were doing 10, 13 years ago. So if I pick up Bowden now, it'll have a nice new label, you know, the newer version of their label, but I can still tell it's Bowden because it's exactly the same style as the older stuff. They haven't changed their style. And I suppose there's a certain element of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but people move on. So
yeah, I feel like the quality isn't there with Bowden as well. The manufacturing quality is not what it once was, in my
opinion. That happens when they get more popular. I think they get more popular and therefore they start outsourcing the production.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of kids' clothes particularly, I never bought Bowden myself. A, I was too fat, and B, I thought it was overpriced. Mostly A, let's be honest. But I used to buy the kids' pyjamas, particularly for William, because they're just such nice quality, and they washed and washed and washed and washed and washed, and, you know, kept their quality. And I came across Bowden pyjamas recently. Someone's kid was wearing them, and they just weren't nearly as nice as they used to be.
Yeah.
Am I rambling off topic? Shall I start?
I'm just wondering why you're playing with children in pyjamas, but I'm sure there's a reason. Other people's children in pyjamas more.
It wasn't nice.
You've been babysitting by mistake in some kind of horrible.
No, a friend has smallish children, so
I avoid that kind of friend.
Well, yeah, generally I do, but
yeah, Sib K says with popularity comes complacency, and I think that's it. When they are a small firm, they can focus on the quality and on the cost of materials and so on and so forth. When it gets out of control and you suddenly have to outsource it, like I said, outsourcing the production, it suddenly has to be made in China because you can't cope with making it in Market Harbour or wherever. And you do lose some of the quality control. And they begin to trade on their name rather than on their product.
Yeah, and I think that's
I sound wise.
You do, but it is true, and I think that is what happens. I mean, you see brands come and go over the years. Look at the high street. Talking of which, with East shutting down, I've found that I can't buy enough East. I'm doing really well with it at the moment.
Yeah. So Sib K says he still has Fat Face. I stopped buying it. It just wasn't selling. Carrie says jewels and sea salt are better, and yes, sea salt is usually lovely. And yeah, I've got a really nice sea salt dress and a really nice sea salt top, and they're just sat. In fact, one of them is in the challenge. The sea salt challenge and just not shifting.
I would say that some of these brands as well have been subject to the YouTube effect.
Yeah.
But for sure, I think finding new brands and not talking about them on social media is probably the way forward, rather than buying the brands that everybody else is putting on Instagram and Facebook and talking about on YouTube. I think that there is certainly a lot. No, I need to marshal that thought. You talk for a minute while I try and
marshalling your thoughts, by the way, it is a thing. That's a thing. Yeah.
When was I saying that? When I did that live stream last week?
Yeah, then you were like marshalling my thoughts. Yeah, what am I? And I was like, no, that's a thing.
No, someone in the chat said marshalling your thoughts. With that a thing, and it made me doubt myself.
Ali McLean says she's been picking up a lot of irregular choice recently, and that's another thing. I'll always grab them if I find them, but I don't find them very often.
What?
Irregular choice.
Yeah.
Irregular choice shoes.
Do you know, I've just relisted a pair of beautiful pale blue irregular choice shoes. When I say beautiful, beautiful if you like a regular choice. It's not my type of thing, but there you go. 14 watches it had, and not selling.
Pixie Dust Gaming says she thinks the loser of our challenge should go sourcing stock at the car boot in a silly outfit. I do that every week. All my clothes are a silly outfit.
John, I tell you what, you want to see me on a Sunday morning car boot? It's bloody fright night.
I've got a headache. I think it's the glue.
I swear half the people barter with me just to get me away. Yes, have it for £1. Go away, you mad woman.
Terrifying, scary lady with wild hair. Yeah, Sibcase says a regular choice. I like unicorn poo. And there's a 70% off sale at, oh god, it's gone. 70% off sale at West Point in Exeter. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I could even
something like that. I can't remember what brand it was, but it's gone.
But it's been all over social media, so probably don't bother.
Extra Strong Bint says a lot of mint velvet my way. Now I went to a charity shop on Sunday in Solihull, and I've never seen so much mint velvet in my life. I was fighting my way through. I couldn't afford it because they priced it, at a reasonable price for them. But loads of the stuff.
I like mint velvet.
I found it. I didn't realise that mint velvet had high street presence, and that I found a mint velvet store the other day as well, which surprised me. I thought they only sold through John Lewis. I didn't realise they had standalone shops.
I think they're in House of Fraser or some House of Frasers as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do have standalone shops, but not many, I don't think.
But yes, tons of mint velvet in this shop in Solihull, but I couldn't afford it. I did get a mint velvet dress yesterday. It's gone upstairs already to be photographed. That was $5.99.
Extra Strong Bint, where are you? Like just roughly. You don't have to give me your address or anything. Just interested.
Oh, Pixie Dust is off on the school run. Take care. And Extra Strong is, she's not telling you where she is. It's a secret.
Oh, Heather's just reminded me of a story that I should tell you. So she said Mint Velvet and Pure collection are lovely to find. I bought 3 very nice pieces of brand new with tags Pure collection, all cashmere. And I had a cardigan, very nice white cashmere cardigan that I'd had for sale since about January. And I sold it the day before I went to Las Vegas. And we were leaving about midday on the Sunday. And Sunday morning, I went to go and find it to package it and send it. And I couldn't find it. It wasn't where it should have been. Very, very long story short, I spent 2.5 hours looking for it, got very, very stressed, ended up having to apologise and refund the buyer 5 minutes after which, of course, I found it exactly where it should have been.
Did you message her, go and found it, buy it again?
I did. I messaged her and said, you're going to think I'm absolutely insane, but I have found it now, and here's the link for you to buy it again. She never bloody bought it again. It's still for sale.
Oh, no. I don't think I know. I don't think I know Pure Collection. That's a new one on me.
Yeah, I think they do other stuff apart, but their thing is everything's pure. Like cotton, if they sell cotton, it's pure. Cashmere, it's pure. 100% of whatever it is. I think I'm right in saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, Heather.
I'll see if I can find the what the label looks like.
It made it worse because I hadn't had good sales for the few days before I went to Las Vegas, and I was turning my shop off, and I'd had a lot of problems that week, and that was the first really nice sale I'd had. And having to refund that £60 plus postage was just such a kick in the teeth.
Yeah. Extra Strong Bint is in Malvern.
Oh right, okay. Are you going to West Point Are you going all the way to West Point for the sea salt thing? And
Ali McLean says, did you get the marks off of the jacket yesterday, Caroline?
Yes, thank you. I did. They did actually sponge off. You won't have seen that. It was on Instagram. I sold a Laura Ashley jacket. I went out the back to collect it along with lots of other stuff that I'd sold, and I was carrying too much and it was pouring with rain, and I dropped it on the dirty patio, the dirty wet patio, and I picked it up and it was covered in it. But it did all sponge off, and I sent it off this morning. So yeah, that was good.
Heather had a £300 return last week. That was the curtains, I think, Heather, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely gutting.
Yeah, that would be.
I felt for you, Heather, with that. That is rotten. Returns are awful anyway, aren't they? But one like that.
Yeah. And no, Extra Strong Bint is not going to the 70% off jobby at West Point.
Oh, right, okay. I see someone has put it on Instagram. I saw. I did go to they do all the ones at West Point. They do that sort of thing. They have Jules there and Bowden. I think it was a Bowden one that I went to a few years ago there, but I didn't get anything decent, and it's all a bit elbows and handbags at dawn type of thing for me.
I've never been to West Point. Al's Attic says, I was in the charity shop yesterday. I heard the manager slagging off resellers, saying they're a joke. I banned them and they're all loaded. Well, if you will ban people who've got the money to spend and want to buy stuff, then good luck to you. It's like banning customers. I'm going to close my eBay shop because customers are annoying. Well, yeah.
It's a bit like the charity shops I was talking to you before we went live, saying they were the one with the books, weren't they? You weren't allowed to buy more than 10 books from their massively overstocked bookshelf.
Yeah.
Because people have been buying lots of books and selling them on for a profit. That was funny.
And yet they were turning down donations because they didn't have any space to put any more stuff.
Yeah, they had these toppling, floor to ceiling shelves of books absolutely crammed in, and toppling piles as well. But you couldn't buy more than 10.
Yeah, craziness, isn't it? Absolute craziness.
Insane, isn't it?
Yeah, absolute lunacy. Like I said, my views on charity shop pricing we've talked about before, but you really can't start having views on who you're going to sell to. You really can't, because at the end of the day, there are rules about discrimination. You know,
there are.
You can't say I'm not selling it to you because you're black. I'm not selling it to you because you're tall. I'm not selling it to you because you're wearing a blue jacket. You can't say I'm not selling it to you because I don't know what you're going to do with it when you get it home.
Absolutely. Oh, I've just had an email from someone wanting a partial
hysterectomy, a partial
stab in the eye. Oh my God.
Kelly has a question. If you send a return label but they choose to send back by their own postage, are you still charged for the label? No, you are not. You will not be charged for the label until it is used. So if they choose to send back by their own postage, that's their fault for being a muppet.
Yes, it's true.
And they also cannot insist that you then refund their return postage because you gave them the opportunity to have their return postage free. So eBay will not force you to repay their return postage if they've chosen to use their own methods rather than the label you provided.
True. Yeah, okay. Nick, that's so true, isn't it? I bet they'd sell books to people who wanted to perform a book burning ceremony.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, me caring about what the people who buy my stuff on eBay are going to do with it. I couldn't be less interested in what the end user is going to do with it, if they're going to chop it up into small pieces or give it to their sister or...
Yeah, I don't care if people buy it off me to resell. You know, so sometimes people buy off me and I think I recognise you, although maybe they've got huge feedback and I think, oh, you're buying to resell. As long as you're paying me the price that I've accepted that I'm going to get for it, then if you can get more, good luck to you.
Absolutely.
You know,
this woman who's just messaged me about this skirt. I listed a skirt last week, and she instantly messaged me within an hour of the listing being up, asking me for about 30% discount. Will you sell this for whatever it was? Monsoon skirt. So I said, no, I'm afraid not. I'm not looking for offers. I've only just listed it. And the next day she bought it. And as I packed it up, I thought, I think this one's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
You know? And here she is. She's going to get a very curt email telling her to open a return request.
Yeah. Sibk says he can tell Nick's getting wound up because Nick's like, we pay for the right to do whatever the hell we like with it. End of. It's a very firm end of on the end of there, Nick.
Absolutely. End of. It's true though, isn't it? It's just such a short-sighted view of charity shops. I mean, resellers going in there, paying them the money they want for... I went in, I spent 80 quid in a charity shop on Monday morning and they were delighted. You know, they couldn't have cared less what I was going to do with the items that I bought. They really couldn't.
Ryan's just said, I've sold things on to resellers even though I know they're making a profit. I'm happy with the profit and quick turnaround. As long as I don't get a return, I don't give a shit where it goes. Exactly. If you pay the price that I asked for, even if you send me an offer and I accept the offer and I think you can probably make profit, as long if I've chosen to accept that price, then it's all good, isn't it? It's all gravy. All gravy. Natalie Resell says, on the topic of cases, did anyone see my post on UK Reselling? If a customer opens an item not received but doesn't respond to you, you can get a defect if they escalate without responding. I did see that, and I did think it's very odd. So my hair's really annoying me today.
If a customer opens an INR but doesn't respond to you, well, yeah, unless you upload tracking.
Yeah, so the problem was that Natalie didn't have tracking for her item.
Well, you just have to refund them.
Yeah. So messaged the customer through the case and said, can you check? Can you let me know? I'm not even sure what she said. I wasn't there. But you know what I mean? The customer didn't respond to any of Natalie's attempts to establish where the item had gone. So the customer opened the item not received, didn't respond in the slightest, and then escalated the case, and Natalie now has a defect.
Yeah, I think if you'd phoned eBay and asked them to look at the fact that buyer hadn't responded to any of it, they may, if you've got a decent customer service operative, have closed it for you at that point. I've had that done before, but if you just leave it and they can escalate it, a person won't even look at that. It would just get an automatic defect. It doesn't even go to a person, it just automatically goes to that. It just will find in their favour because you haven't got tracking. So it's worth a call to eBay in that sort of situation. If they can see that you've been trying to make contact, okay, sometimes they will shut in your favour. Not always.
Natalie says, eBay said to me that to avoid a defect, I have to refund. I said that's unfair because they could have their item. And she phoned as well as live chat and didn't get anywhere.
Was that before they escalated or afterwards? I think once it's done, it's like a done deal, isn't it? But yeah, very annoying when you're trying to make contact with these people. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, the buyers, they just know how to play the system and to get their money back, don't they? So
yeah, I'm a bit worried about Nick's blood pressure. Because it's like Tesco saying you can't buy Jaffa cakes if you intend to eat them while sat on the sofa in your pants watching Friends reruns. It's none of their bloody business. Now, end of.
Surely better than sitting on the sofa without your pants.
Andrea, pat Nick gently on the head until he calms down. Stroke his fevered brow.
Right, are we finished?
I don't think we've got anything else worth listening to, have we?
I'm not sure we had anything worth listening to the first.
You might be right. You might be right. I've got a headache, and I think it's the glue in the boot.
Oh, it could be.
Sitting here glue sniffing now. I should probably stop that. Natalie says they didn't escalate this time yet. She was contacting prior to it in case they did, but I had it months ago where they did, and she has the defect. And Nick says he's perfectly bloody calm. Yes, Nick. Yes, Nick. You are perfectly calm. Yes, perfectly calm. We're all perfectly calm, Nick. There we go.
Soothing music. Perhaps not.
Okay, maybe not. Nobody appreciates my singing.
No.
Natalie says she's got a school run and post office run to do. She's really excited to post 15 parcels with 3 kids at her feet. Oh, I bet you are.
Oh, good
That's
luck.
why I don't use the post office. Because the post office takes forever to do anything. So I do everything by Hermes, and my parcel shop man is an absolute gem.
Yeah.
I buy off eBay to sell on eBay. Lol, mind you, Amazon don't like you buying off that platform to fit black on it. Yeah, somebody else said that. They don't like that. Amazon don't like you buying it off there and sending it back in.
If you buy on Amazon Prime and flip it back on FBA, I believe you can get your account shut down. But I'm not an expert on FBA, so don't take it.
Don't do that, people.
Yeah.
Sipke says I had to pay you to stop singing last time. That's the point. If you don't all Snapchat millions of pounds immediately, I shall sing endlessly.
It's not Snapchat.
Oh, why do I keep calling it Snapchat? I don't know why I do that. Super chat. You don't have to pay me to stop singing. I've already stopped. It's all right.
Right. I need to go to the loo, so we've got to stop.
Okay, yeah, well, we must go. It's gone very, very gloomy. I'm going to go and rescue my washing before it gets rained on again.
I've got to go watch some Friends reruns on the sofa with some Jaffa cakes.
In or not in pants?
That would be telling.
Right, lovely chatting. Thank
Yes.
you all for coming in and watching our drivel. At one point, we had 70 odd viewers, so that's lovely. Thank you all for spending your Wednesday afternoon with us. I'm sorry if you've missed Peter. Or I'm sorry if you had to choose between us and Peter or whatever. And if you've enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up and hit the notification thing and do whatever it takes and all that jazz. And yeah, and we will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.